is that I don't think there's actually a cure for eczema. There's just certain ways to control it. And I'm going to tell you about my story today. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm doing a video on my story with eczema. So if you are watching this video, you either have eczema or someone in your family has eczema and you want to find out how you can help them or find some information on what you can do to either cure it or control it. Now, one thing I really want to focus on in this video is something that took me a long time to learn, is that I don't think there's actually a cure for eczema. There's just certain ways to control it. And I'm going to tell you about my story today. What is eczema? Now, I'm reading this from my phone. Atopic eczema. This is what it says. Atopic eczema is a common skin condition that causes patches of skin that are itchy, cracked, and sore. The main symptom of atopic eczema is patches of skin that are dry, itchy, cracked, and sore. Treatments for atopical eczema include emollients, moisturising treatments, and steroid creams. You're more likely to get atopic eczema if you have allergies or other family members with conditions like atopic eczema, hay fever, and asthma. So there isn't really much information in the world as to what causes eczema. There could be literally so many things that can cause it. Now, I do understand that most people have eczema when they are children, and this was true for me as well. I actually, when I was younger, I had eczema not on my face. It was on my arms, like this area, and here, and behind the backs of my knees, places like this, and my neck also. Now, as an adult, I tend to have it more on my hands sometimes, and on my face and neck. Now, I've had a very, I want to say all over the place relationship.
I mean, he was really cute, you know. He was really cute.
Yeah.
And it was really big.
For part of my life, it disappeared and then it came back up again. I think mine definitely gets flared up by stress and anxiety. Something that I've realised. I've had all kinds of tests and all kinds of things to try and fix this. I've been to the doctors, I had all these creams, all these different creams that they've given me. Steroid creams. I'm going to touch on steroid a little bit later on in the video as well. But I've been given all the emollients like Epiderm, Protopic, Aqueous Cream, E45, all these creams. And I never really found anything that gives me that long-lasting relief that I've been looking for. So I am going to include in this video as well a couple of products that I find help me to control my eczema and bring it down a bit. I'm not wearing makeup today on purpose, just to show, I don't wear makeup a lot on my channel anyway, but just to show you guys what my skin actually looks like. And I am actually in the middle of having a flare-up, sort of. It's not really bad, but I am been having slight flare-up. My skin is a bit rough at the minute, and it is really hard to keep it under control, but we try every day. So I want to talk about when your eczema turns ugly. So when I say eczema turns ugly, I'm talking about when your eczema turns into an infection. Now, I don't know why, and if anybody else who suffers from eczema gets this, let me know. But whenever my eczema flares up and it's really bad, I just can't stop scratching and all this, and just by washing my face sometimes I find that my skin is breaking and it's broken. My skin will always get infected. Always get infected, and I will get impetigo. Now, if anyone who doesn't know what impetigo is when broken skin gets infected. So this is what Google says here. Impetigo causes red sores or blisters that burst and leave golden crusts, browny patches. They can look a bit like cornflakes stuck on your skin. Now, this happens often, I would say. I actually did just around here. This here. Probably like 2 days ago, a tiny little one came up and I was like, where's this come from? In fact, it happens to me so often. I've been to the doctors with it so many times because it can be treated by, depending on how bad it is, it can be treated by antibiotics. It can also be treated by like a cream that will kill the infection. It's antibacterial cream, basically. So the doctor actually gives me a tube of antibacterial cream just to keep in my vanity now. So when it comes up, I can just pop a bit on and it will go away. But just to give you an idea of how severe my eczema has become over time, I'm going to insert some pictures in here so you can see when I've had impetigo quite mildly, when it's been really bad, and when my skin just flares up. So this is a few times that this has happened. And also when this happens to me, my skin becomes swollen and it looks as if I've been attacked or beaten up because my skin is so sensitive that it becomes inflamed almost. So the cream that the doctor gives me, I'm going to go and get it. So this is the cream that my doctor gives me, and it is called I don't know how you sound this, Fusidin cream. And this is what she gives me to put on it, and I just have this, so whenever it flares up I can just put it on. Now I'm really trying to not get to this point, and recently I feel like I found quite a few holy grail products that work for me. And by the way, this video is not sponsored or anything. I just literally want to help people that have eczema because, girl, I've been there and it's hard, right? It's hard. It is hard to know what to use, what to do, and you don't want to keep wasting your money. Honey, I wasted so much money on stuff that I thought was going to work that it just doesn't work for me. So am I saying everything I'm telling you is going to work for you? Probably not, but I'm pretty sure this works for me, and I've tried everything over the years. Trust me, everything over the years. But anyway, moving on from that, that's coming later on in the video. I have not had an impetigo outbreak as severe as this image here for a few years. And this was when it hit its peak for me, and this was when my skin was at its absolute worst. I did have recently like a little bit on my forehead, and I think it was here or on this cheek I had a breakout. You've seen it in one of my makeup videos, and you've seen it there, and that's the most severe I've had in at least like 3-4 years at least. But when my skin was freaking out, like in the image I just showed you, I made a conscious decision that I really needed to do some research, and I just decided that I had enough. My skin was at a point where my eczema, when it flared up, was reliant upon steroid. Now, I want to talk about what a steroid cream is. So a steroid cream, I'm going to give you the proper definition from Google. And yes, by the way, I am aware that this probably has some form of steroid in it, but this is something different. So a steroid cream is a cream that is put on the skin to treat swelling, itching, and irritation. And it does say on the NHS website, this can help with eczema, psoriasis, contact dermatitis, prickly heat, insect bites and stings, and nappy rash. Right. So let me just tell you about my story. My skin would become so reliant on the steroid cream. So for example, if I couldn't get a stronger steroid cream from the doctors, I would go to Boots or a pharmacy and I would get hydrocortisone. I would just get it as much as I could, and I was using it pretty regular. And the minute I put that on my skin, my reaction goes straight down like that. But the minute you take that steroid cream away, your skin comes up, it's inflamed, it's irritated, it's angry, it's red, it's burning, it's sore. So I came to realize that my skin needs this cream to keep itself balanced or calm. And I did some research online, and if I can find this girl's video, I'm going to link it below. I watched a video about a girl talking about steroid addiction, and that video was honestly life-changing and so helpful for me. If I can find it, I'm going to put it in the description box. If I can, hopefully I can find it. And she really talked about steroid addiction from her own personal point of view, and she showed images. And let me just say this, when you decide to not use steroid creams, because by the way as well, steroid cream does thin the skin, and you are technically thinning the skin, damaging your skin, and you're making it susceptible to scarring, to more things, sun damage, pigmentation. I mean, that's obviously all part of it, but you are thinning your skin and you're damaging it essentially, especially when you're using it to only control your skin. And I know people use retinols and things, and this does thin the skin temporarily, But you know how much people talk about, or the skincare gurus talk about, you need to protect your skin when you're using this, using SPF and making sure you're adding hydration to your skin and all of this when using retinol. I was not doing that for my when I was using the hydrocortisone. I was basically using the hydrocortisone as a moisturizer. So there is what I would like to call a purging stage, where your skin is going to be angry, it's going to be dry, it's going to be this. Unless if your skin is addicted to steroid, and your skin, it does, over time it will heal. It's a long process. It probably took me at least like a year for my skin to learn to not be reliant on steroid cream, which was a hard process. But honestly, I felt for a time my skin would not heal without this steroid. So once I decided to go steroid free, as time went on, I noticed my skin got better, and my reaction actually tended to be less frequent because it wasn't relying upon the steroid cream to keep it calm. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But I would just say look into steroid creams a little bit more, and don't look at it as the be-all fixing, healing for your eczema, in my personal opinion, because it was great, and I probably used it from when I was like a kid on and off, to maybe when I was 15 till about 24, continuously, quite often. And my skin just became way too reliant and too addicted to it. And it took all that time for me to realise that, yes, it's a quick fix, and it makes it go down quick so you can look fabulous the next day. But then your skin becomes too into it, and I don't know how to explain to it. If I can find some resources for steroid addiction on topically applying steroids to your skin, I'm going to link it below. I want to move on to how I look after my skin now. And do I have perfect skin? No, I don't. My skin is not perfect. I'm happy with how my skin is. I mean, could it be improved and better? Of course it could. Everyone's skin can be better. But I would say I'm satisfied with how my skin is, in a sense. Compared to what it used to be, my skin is much better. So I want to talk about a few products that are my holy grail products. And if you watch my channel, girl, you know I love skincare and I love doing full self-care nighttime routines. And yes, when my skin is not irritated and having a flare-up, I love to use all these different products and play with my skin. And I know my skin's tolerance level and my skin's barrier, so I know I can do this. Obviously you try new things out and it can freak your skin out, but I know how my skin reacts and and what I can push it to. If your skin is not at that point, girl, you need to stick to basics. So when I have irritated skin and I'm having a flare-up, I stick back to basics. Depending on how severe it is, 2 products that I would always stick to. This cream, so this is the Aveeno Cream. The Aveeno Cream is something that I have been using since I was in my early 20s. I'm 28 now. So I've been using this since then. And this, I feel, is the only thing that I found, especially when wearing makeup and things like this, because I enjoy wearing makeup. It's the only thing that I found that will keep my skin hydrated. It doesn't burn or sting when it goes on. And it takes out the redness in my skin. And this is the oatmeal that's in here that's taking out the redness. Now, I do want to point something out though. You want to either get the moisturising cream here. This is a moisturising cream. Or you want to get the daily moisturising lotion. It depends. A lotion and a cream, whichever one you prefer. I flip between the two. Do not get the body lotion or the other ones and use on your face. It's not right. It's not going to work. So be aware of that, because they do different ones as well. I've also found that Aveeno do one for eczema. It has, see how this is green? It has a blue label. That didn't work for me. No, this one doesn't have ceramides in it. And the eczema one has ceramides in it. And I think it's the ceramides that freak my skin out. I'm starting to realise this because I just ordered I ordered a while ago, back in December, the Dr. Jart ceramide range, ceramidin, because I heard it'd be really good for dry skin, but I actually think it's ceramides that freak my skin out. So you really want to find out what triggers your skin. I still have no idea. The only thing that I know is when I was 21 or 20 or 19, I had this thing called patch testing, where they stick this massive sheet on your back and it has all these tiny circles on it, and there's known irritants in these little capsules, and then they leave it on your skin, I forget how long for, maybe like a week, a couple of days, and then they pull it off. You can shower, you can't bath, and then they pull it off, and then they can see what your skin has reacted to. Something like this. So I had all that done, and the only thing that ever came back, but again, we didn't do the full test. I think we just did, because I work in cosmetics, we did the cosmetics one. And the only thing that ever came back was lanolin. So anything with lanolin in, my skin cannot handle lanolin. And I think ceramides is something as well that's reacting to it. But yeah, this product, I love, love, love. If my skin is freaking out, I will use this alone for a couple of days until it calms down, because it's the oatmeal in here that takes the redness out, and I find it just leaves my skin feeling softer than it normally would, which I quite like. The next one that I really, really love is this. Now, I recently only just rediscovered this because I used this when I was younger. I want to say when I was like 19, maybe 18. And I remember seeing this online and I bought this. I remember back then it was so, I mean, it still is, this is quite pricey. It was really expensive. I bought a bottle, I loved it, it worked. And then I just kind of forgot about it because I could never afford to buy it again, or I just didn't want to spend that kind of money on it. But I recently bought this again. I actually got this from Holland & Barrett, but I'm sure you could find it online and other places. They do some deals online, I think, as well. And this is by Salcura and it's called BIOSKIN. And this is Skin Nourishment Spray. And this is rich in omegas 6, 7, 8 and 9, vitamin E, soothes and nourishes and moisturizes dry skin, and it has a lavender and eucalyptus scent. And to be fair, this is actually made for the treatment of eczema and psoriasis. I was thinking with the lavender and the essential oil things, it would irritate my skin, but it actually doesn't. And when my skin is itchy, so if I'm just lying there, my skin is itchy, what I will do is I will just do this. I will just mist this on my skin, and I feel as though it cools my skin down, it soothes the irritation, and it smells good actually. It smells really good, which is actually quite surprising for an eczema product. But I would definitely, this also has safflower in it, I don't know what, safflower, do some research on that, safflower. But this really does help me, and this, I like the BioSkin range because it says here, the BioSkin range is totally free from SLS, SLES, parabens, lanolin, synthetic fragrance, microplastins, formaldehyde, nanoparticles, triclosan. It's cruelty-free and it's vegan-friendly and it's tested by dermatologists, it says. But to be honest, the whole tested by dermatologist things, sometimes I think is a little bit of, it's just a sticker, it doesn't really mean anything, in my opinion. And it says here, apply liberally to the skin as often as required. We recommend 3 to 4 times a day until dry skin improves. They also do a range of moisturizers and other things with this. And I do have the moisturizer, but I find it's very, very thick and it's more of a treatment for the skin. And sometimes if I have broken skin, it does sting. So it's not something I'm going to recommend. But these two together, if your skin is really messed up, is going to be a lifesaver. It's going to be a lifesaver. And this is what I found that works to be the most when I'm really simplifying my skincare down because I'm having a reaction. The next product I want to talk about is washing your face and cleansing. Now, I like cleansing oils. Anyone who knows this knows that I like cleansing oils. And I've just used this now for a long time. And I find this doesn't irritate my skin or anything. The milk they do also doesn't irritate my skin. It's quite nice. I just prefer the power of an oil. And this is the Caudalie, it says makeup removing cleansing oil. They've just repackaged these as well. They look different now. But I've always got on with this. I use this to clean my skin even when I don't have makeup on. Clean my skin without irritating it, without making it aggravated. And the oil is nice and hydrating. So I do recommend this as well if you are sensitive. and if you are also dry, eczema prone, I just think it's really, really nice. And a subscriber recently told me as well, once you apply it to your face, you should wet your hands and emulsify the oil and it turns into a milk. So that's another nice pro tip. Caudalie also do a grape water spray, which is like a mist. That's quite nice as well if you're looking to put some water back into your skin. That is not something that is an essential. It's just maybe something a little extra that if you're feeling your skin is feeling a bit dehydrated and it's really itchy, that's a luxury product that you could just mist on and it gives you instant coolness. But if you had a choice between getting this and the grape water, I would pick this. Honestly, I would choose this over that every time, just because I know this is going to soothe and this is going to really calm down my skin. And this is made for eczema. I also have 3 more products here. So just want to clarify to you, when my skin is really irritated, really freaking out, I just use these 3. These are my 3 products that I will use. It's just these 3. When my skin is really freaking out. And nothing else, and I will just use these until my skin calms down. Now, as my skin gets better and I want to start introducing more products to my skin, I will start slipping into my old routine and things will get better. I just need this reaction to go down. I want to show you this oil as well. Now, when you want to start introducing a facial oil into your routine to help with the hydration, I enjoy using the Allganic Marula Oil because it's not too expensive. It's a good deal. I've gone through like 3 bottles of this and I really like it because I enjoy the scent. It doesn't smell nasty. It doesn't smell, not rancid, but you know some oils can smell gross. And I love the hydration that this gives you. And I enjoy that this marula oil is rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, amino acids and antioxidants to give your skin a more plump look, but it also helps to take away that dryness. So if you are feeling that you are getting lots of cracking on your skin and you want your skin to feel calmer, I'll put some on now. I do 2 pumps. You can just apply this and press into your skin. I just find this really helps to add a lot more hydration to your skin. Because an oil is going to hydrate on a surface level and deeply penetrate. Now I know, and I will use this oil mainly at night time if my skin needs it. It's not an everyday thing, it's just if and when my skin needs it. And for my lips, honestly, this is like the most basic thing ever, but I find that this Carmex, it works. It makes my lips soft, it makes them hydrated. It works. And I mean, sometimes I'm like, why do I need to spend money on bougie products when, to be honest, Carmex is working for me at the minute. So, great. And this has like cherry scent flavour. Love it. And now, the final thing that I want to share with you. This is new to me, so I haven't even used this much. And this is because I know all you girls and guys out there that are worrying about your skin from sun damage. And I'm the same way, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've only really started wearing a SPF in the last year and a bit. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. I've only started using SPF in the last year and a bit. And I've been looking for an SPF that wasn't going to make my skin irritated. It wasn't going to burn it, and it wasn't going to feel thick and horrible. And I've gone through quite a few different SPFs that didn't work for me, or when my skin is flaring up, I physically cannot put this sunscreen on. And I still want to protect my skin even on my flare-up days or weeks. And I found this recommendation from James Welsh. And he recommended this for sensitive, dry skin. And it's a Korean skincare. And I've only used this once, so I can't really say if I recommend this yet. But I used it once, and it was yesterday. And it didn't burn. It didn't cause any irritation. It's an SPF of 50 as well. And it contains tea tree in here. 3 triple function, mineral filters, And it's supposed to be more of a calming SPF. So far, I actually really like this. I'll be updating you guys on whether I enjoy this or not. But yes, this is something that I've been trying, and so far I really like it. It's not irritating my skin. But like I say, I haven't used it long enough yet to give you a for sure, but it looks promising. So exciting. Anyway guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you're an eczema sufferer yourself, or you feel as though you are just interested in skincare and you were just interested in this video, either way, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It does mean the absolute world to me that you're interested in my videos and that you want to hang around. If you want to be part of the family, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care guys. Mwah!
You